seen a very rapid increase in the number of new cases in South Africa over the last 2 weeks. It seemed to start really in our younger age group, university students, and has quickly spread from that initial kind of district in Pretoria to the rest of the country, with the Gauteng province, which is really the most populous province, seeing unprecedented rises in the number of cases. At this stage, it really is early days. We don't know whether this is actually going to translate into the same level of hospitalizations that we've seen previously. We seem to have had a slight move to younger individuals, but once again, this may just be a factor that these are the ones that are more likely to congregate, especially at this time of year in South Africa. So I think it's early days. We'll know more in the next 2 to 3 weeks, specifically with regards to severity. But definitely there seems to be early data to show that definitely Omicron is more transmissible, and that there may be some degree of evading the immune system, because we're seeing a lot of reinfections, so infections in people who have been previously infected with COVID.
I know that vaccine shortage is an issue in many countries in the world, but I also know that vaccine hesitancy is also an issue. I wonder if that's a key factor hindering the inoculation programme there, and if so, why?
Yes, so definitely in the beginning of our vaccination program, we did have some supply shortages, but those were sorted out. And at the moment, supply is really not an issue. But I think we do, together with many countries in the world, have seen increased vaccine hesitancy, which really hasn't been a problem in the past with South Africa. But I think there is a lot of misinformation out there. And so really trying to address that through education. I think the other factor is that we do still have many areas that are remote or isolated, especially our rural areas. And so actually access to vaccine is also difficult. And so we're trying to increase accessibility to those more remote areas.
South Africa was very quick off the mark in reporting the incidence of this new variant. It then was met with travel bans by many other countries around the world. I wonder your views on that. Was that fair, and what kind of damage can that do?
Yeah, I think the damage has been tremendous. I think specifically, from the UK, we rely on tourism as income generating for the country, and over a very difficult kind of 20 months where we've really have had a lack of tourists to the country. I think we're looking forward to restoring some of that income. And I think very, premature from the rest of the world in terms of instituting these travel bans when very little was known. And as we've seen, I mean, this variant has been detected in many, many other countries, and has been detected even, with specimens that were, prior to when we'd initially detected that. And so our sequencing, capabilities are top notch. And I think, we really were able to detect and report this early. And unfortunately, we're kind of penalized in a way for making the discovery.
Michelle Groome, we wish you well with your work. Thank you very much indeed for coming on the programme. Michelle Groome there in Johannesburg.